Rashford to Barcelona. And I want to start this video by quickly saying congratulations to Rashford. He got what he wanted. He was pushing for this move. You know, I've even seen some people online like KG saying that Rashford manifested this move. And in a sense, he really did. He wanted a move to Barcelona. He got what he wanted. I don't think Aston Villa could have afforded to pay Rashford his wages. United did not also want to pay his wages. But, you know, we found a happy medium where Barcelona are going to take the wages for Rashford. We don't really get more money than that. We don't get paid anything, but at least it's one less distraction in our team. It's one less toxic character in our dressing room. And it's one less financial liability in our books. Now, two things I just want to say quickly about that. Number one, I don't think that Rashford is necessarily a toxic player. However, the situation at United got really toxic. His relationship with both Ten Hag and Amorim just went down the hill. His performances went down the hill. His relationship with the fans went downhill. There wasn't anything positive there for Rashford and United at the time, and it's a big shame because I have been one of Rashford's biggest supporters. As you guys know, if you've watched this channel, I've supported Rashford through thick and thin. But it got to a point where I was just like, you know what? This guy clearly isn't performing. He clearly doesn't care anymore. If he wants to go, let him go. And I'm glad that it has happened. And yeah, it's a bitter. I was going to say bittersweet moment, but there's nothing sweet about it. It's just a bitter moment, really and truly. There's nothing sweet about Rashford leaving. One, we're losing the guy who a lot of people thought was going to be the man. At least from speaking for myself, I thought Rashford was going to be a man. I remember there was a point in time, you can call me delusional if you want, but it kind of helps to understand how much I supported Rashford. There was a clear time where I was saying, yes, Mbappe may be better than Rashford, but the gap isn't that wide. Well, the gap is pretty wide between Rashford and Mbappe, and it just kept getting wider and wider. But at the time, I was trying to make the case that Rashford had the potential to reach the levels of Mbappe, Haaland, Vinicius Jr., all these guys. That's how much I supported Rashford. That's how much I backed Rashford. That's why this moment just feels bitter to me, because I thought he was going to do that at Manchester United. Now, if he goes on and does that at Barcelona with Rafinha, Lewandowski and Yamal, great for him. But I always thought he was going to be able to do that at United. And he was going to be one of the catalysts of us going back to the top. The other thing is just the relationships. You kind of look at Rashford, and Rashford has kind of become something bigger than the sport of football. He's become something bigger than United. Kind of the social work he's done around England it just makes you appreciate him even more as a person. So there's definitely a lot of investment there for a lot of fans on Rashford. Where yes, talent-wise he was amazing. Yes, there was an opportunity there for him to become a historic figure at the club, and yes, there's also that little emotional element to it that now it's gone. This is why I said it's not a bittersweet moment. It's just bitter. There's nothing sweet about it. We lost a valuable piece to our club and our history for the last, when did Rashford, 8-9 years? It's been crazy. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. There's also an element of this deal being a low risk, high reward kind of deal. Low risk because if it doesn't work out, Rashford will just be back in the club, and you know he won't really play. We'll just try and find him somewhere else to go. So it will just get us back to where we are right now. I don't really think it's a high risk that point, because it'll just get us back to where we are, and we've got players like Cunha right now who are going to fill that space. But I say high reward because if Rashford does well, we can get some money from him from this deal. And for the simple fact that he came through our academy, that'll be big profit. We can use that profit to once again improve the squad. Maybe next season look for a better goalkeeper, look for better midfielders in our team. Try to strengthen that left wing back side, depending on how Diego Leon and Harry Amas do this year. So yeah, there's definitely an opportunity there to make some money. And if we don't make a lot of money off this deal, at least for this year, we won't have to pay Rashford's wages. And next year, we can just try and find him somewhere else to go. But yeah, that's kind of it overall. From a fan perspective and from my perspective, it's sad. I never thought that the Rashford's career at United was gonna, go down this path. And but at least from a technical perspective, from a club perspective, from what we're trying to do this season and during the Amorim era, this had to happen, and I'm glad that it happened. We're releasing not just the dead wood, because I don't think Rashford is dead wood, but we're also making space for Amorim to be able to mold this team the way he wants to mold, to get rid of some of that old baggage that the club has carried over the years, and also just give Rashford the platform to be successful, because the World Cup is next year. I'm pretty sure Rashford wants to be in that World Cup squad. England are still very talented, a lot of players there, a great manager. I'm pretty sure Rashford wants to be in that World Cup squad, so it gives him the platform to build in that sense as well. And it also gives Rashford the platform to play with some much higher level football with, the likes of Lamine Yamal, Pedro Lewandowski, Rafinha. Good on him, good for us. I'm glad we can all move on. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching this video to the end. Once again, please have a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all these things to please help me grow this channel. And as per usual, I'll see you soon.